waiting for these storms to continue eastward into the watch area, which is out here, starting in like Canadian County, McLean County, Leakin County. Pretty much, this line is a perfect representation right here, right from the county border. We're waiting for the storms to enter this area. We are expecting the cells to get way stronger. Let's put the Storm Prediction Center real quick. We have that slight risk right there, much bigger than it was earlier, and we have this tornado watch issued. No tornado warnings yet, but I do think we'll have a few tonight. Right now, one severe thunderstorm warning going on in southern Oklahoma on I-44, pretty much right now. Pulling up my TV so I could see your guys' comments. Excuse me. Make sure live chat is connected. My live chat has successfully connected, so I can see y'all's chats. Okay. Again, we are currently watching for storms to develop in western Oklahoma, and these cells have already developed, but we are waiting for them to become more significant with time. And I circled this area, and that is the area I am talking about. I have radar omega to my right, so I can see roads, highways, etc. And have a better overall view. Alright, I'm going to turn off my weather alert. It's on my... Alright. And most of this will occur overnight tonight, but I'll be keeping an eye on everything too. And I do have a mic now, so I'll sound way, way better than I normally would. Oh, hold up. Sorry. I'm live right now. I'll send you the link for the live stream.
Obi-Wan's trying to leave with us, so.
Alright.
Be good boy. Be good boy. Mama loves you.
Yeah, stay, Obi-Wan. It's my mom bringing our dog in here in my room. Make sure my thing doesn't turn off. We also have storms developing up here in far northern Oklahoma, Just wanted to point that out. And the elevated tornado risk is, we pull up Storm Prediction Center. That's not what I meant to pull up. The most elevated tornado risk is currently across central Oklahoma. Let's go into counties here real quick. Right now, starting in Canadian County, it'll go eastward. The main cities are El Reno, Oklahoma City, Norman, Moore, Tulsa, Stillwater, etc. We are keeping an eye on any storms because as these storms continue off to the east, I do expect them to come lower and more. I call sag. What I say is like sag down, and what I mean by sag down is they connect the lower level moisture, and that entices them to lower down in the atmosphere. And we have right now there's no tornado warnings right now, but we do have multiple severe thunderstorm warnings, mostly in Texas. These thunderstorms out here, these were the first storms to fire off. I believe. These have been producing some pretty large hail in the past few hours. Not much rotation at all, though. It's okay. There's not going to be a lot of rotation. There might be a few spots of circulation. The overall tornado threat isn't very high. He can be out now. He can be out now. But these cells are all currently moving east-northeast. We have this lone cell out here to the south. Well, he can be out or it doesn't matter now. Right now we have these thunderstorms in Texas going up. They're not as strong right now, but here in southern Oklahoma, where the conditions are more favorable for larger hail, as well, we have a cluster going up. The largest hail is currently expected to be between, and give me a moment, between East 1810 Road and County and East 1840 County Road. And that is from these two spots.
Who are you talking to?
I'm live streaming the weather right now on YouTube. So anybody that joins, I'm talking to them. Again, the largest hail will be between East 1800 County Road and East 1870 County Road. Out here in Oklahoma, these could be quarters up to ping pong ball size hail in there. $50 ping pong ball size hail as these storms continue off to the northeast. This cell in particular, if it can consume up all these smaller cells into it, I think the storm will become a little bit more organized that moves to the northeast. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for western Oklahoma for quarter-size hail at 60-mile-per-hour winds. And right now, the largest hail should be around Bank X down to Bank 17. That will be for this area. That's where the largest hail should be. These storms also need to be watched closely because as these all continue moving east-northeast, we're still keeping an eye on for the higher tornado risk out here in Oklahoma City, Moore, Norman, Mustang, Tuttle, Piedmont, Edmond, Noella, Pink, Shawnee, Chandler, Oklahoma, and my dog Salon. And that tornado risk does continue off down or up to Tulsa. I do think all this I do think will be the highest threat for tornadoes is in this general area, but
Are we gonna get tornadoes in this area?
maybe. But we do have a few severe thunderstorm warnings up in Nebraska and Missouri as well, in a slightly organized cluster there out here. But those are expected to remain fairly weak. Get here. Now, right now we are anticipating for a big line of severe thunderstorms to fire off. This one can do some extra activity further to the south, but it's so far it's looking likely that these cells will converge into a line as they continue eastward. Let's see here. Ugh. Ow. My head. Sorry, my allergies are kicking in today. I was doing yard work earlier. Make sure this is active. Keeps me active. Okay. Alright, yeah, these, right now in Oklahoma, 2 of these storms are severe. One in far western Oklahoma, one in southern Oklahoma. I do think these cells further to the north will become severe with time. None of these should be severe yet, but these should be severe eventually. Right now we have a couple of clusters going on up in northern Oklahoma. We got a line forming in western Oklahoma, and we have a couple of singular cells there in southern Oklahoma. All of these cells, as they continue developing, can and will likely produce up to baseball-sized hail tonight into early tomorrow morning. Gusty winds 60 to 70 miles per hour, in some areas even up to 80, and that tornado risk is still there and being watched very closely. Right here, over to Walters, Oklahoma, we have a couple of noticeable hail cores. Right now, the biggest hail will likely be at the ping pong balls in here, maybe very slightly larger, but most of them should remain quarters for now. Let's go back over to the Storm Prediction Center, and let's go and pull up, oh, never mind, it's right here. Just go and restart this. I have no clue if these updated. Check out the NAM. I think this one's still, yeah, this one's still pulling up cells to go through central Oklahoma. This one in particular, I think, is the most accurate right now because it sees these storms developing, which are these cells, which have been the most anticipated cells to form up. But as we continue down with time, it has cells developing here, but these cells are more like back here at the moment, and these do track into central Oklahoma, strong to severe, and I think that's what's going to happen, is these cells will continue tracking northeast or east into central Oklahoma, which includes Oklahoma City, Moore, Norman, Tuttle, Mustang, Yukon, Nichols Hills, Edmond, and as that continues off to the east into after I-35, I do think they'll slowly start to weaken. Let's go ahead and check this out real quick. The Tornado Watch National Storm Prediction Center is stating the following. Thunderstorms are expected to develop across the region as a cold front moves eastward through central Oklahoma. Environmental conditions support the development of strong to severe thunderstorms, including the potential for a few supercells. All severe hazards are possible, including very large hail, tennis to baseball size, strong wind gusts over 70 miles per hour, and, of course, tornadoes. But a reminder, a tornado watch means conditions are favorable for tornadoes and severe thunderstorms and close for the watch area. To the watch area. People or persons in this in these areas should be on the lookout for threatening severe weather conditions and for later statements and possible warnings. Right now, we are expecting to see more of a line forming up here. We do see these small cells going up. If any cells can develop there in far northwest Texas, just east of Childress, and between pretty much right here, and that's what we're seeing right now. All these storms will track east-northeast towards Oklahoma City. We're going to have to really watch these things closely as they do continue eastward. Because that cap, which was covering a large area, the cap was covering, like, this massive area right here. But that cap is long gone now. We had a lot of warming in central Oklahoma and Texas. We had a lot of heat, a lot of sun, and that caused warm air to be more buoyant and travel northward. And that cap in the atmosphere was just blasted, and it's just not there no more. I do expect more storms to possibly develop here, just in case. Right now, Sayre, Oklahoma, around 9:06 p.m. for that kind of core right here for Sayre, Oklahoma. How fast are these things moving? 30 miles per hour. Okay. Nope. Right now for Sayre, we're talking about around 10 minutes maybe. We're talking around 5 to 10 minutes for that small core to go in towards there. Further to the south, we still have a slowly strengthening hail core going up here between Walters and, well, that's pretty much the biggest town there. But as this continues up to the northeast, Duncan, Meridian, you guys might get hit from any hail cores that can develop further to the south. Let's go look for any areas of spin. There might be a few tiny spots, but for the most part, anything that can spread up down here will likely be very, very weak. We're still watching for all these cells to do anything pretty funky. By funky, not in a good way, kind of funky. Oh man. Alright, anyways, right now that these are fired off way out west. So the dry line should be kind of roughly right there. Anything behind it will be very low dew points. That's all the dry air, and all the warm air is up here in the east. Particularly, the most moist low-level wind dew points will be out here, from around Tulsa through Oklahoma City and further west. Yeah, again, there's no current tornado warnings active yet. Let's go back into this here for a minute. Here's the mesoscale discussion that started everything. This tornado watch. Hailstones greater than 2 inches in diameter possible with supercells here from northern Oklahoma down through west central Oklahoma. Scattered convective initiation appears likely between OOZ and O1Z, pretty much from 7 to 9 around that time. The Cape values are between 2,000 to 2,500 joules per kilogram. let's go back up down here to the south here real quick. Alright, the largest hail in here should be between... will be between... County Road, East 1740 County Road, and... oh, nope, that updated. Now it's between 5 Mile Corner, Oklahoma, and Tenney Road, Oklahoma. Still no tornado warnings as of now, but as these storms continue off to the east, this is looking kind of funky to me. There's not a lot of rotation in here, but if this can somehow develop better, it kind of looks like a boot. It looks like a bit of a boot there. Still want to keep an eye on that for any weird activity. Looks like a little cell developing near Hollis. That dry line to be situated back here. Now, the best case scenario right now is these storms will move off to the northeast and miss Oklahoma City. But chances are, right now, it's likely that these storms can still take an more eastern path and hit Oklahoma City. We'll be keeping an eye on these storms, but the highest tornado threat is still in Canadian County, Oklahoma County, Cleveland County, up towards Tulsa, Bixby, Owasso, Pryor Creek, Guthrie, Edmond, Stroud. All these cells need to be watched very, very closely. Here's a thunderstorm development map. Remember, the largest hail should be within the next couple of hours. Here, let me turn the counties off. Here in central Oklahoma is where the highest hail should be, the largest hail. But right now we're still waiting for any supercells to develop. It looks like some of the cells are starting to go up here. There's a couple like cells trying to form up out here, and there's some isolated cell going up there. We're watching that this can turn into a supercell, that can turn into a supercell. Anything that forms up back here, we're watching this area for supercells to seriously develop and go into Oklahoma City. We do have a cell towards the south that might be moving a bit further north, maybe. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning out on this storm, and it does point a little more north. So worst case scenario, this can shift directly north as well. These are the two spots I'm watching for supercellular development. There is another teeny weeny cell down here maybe. But these are two spots that need to be watched closely as well. Ooh, almost fell out of my chair. Let's see here. Also, we're still watching for any cells to pop up here, like around Watauga, Kingfisher, Piedmont, anything up there as well, because these are in a conditional environment for severe storms. But overall, they still need to be watched very, very closely. Where's my live stream right now? There it is. I'm sending this to my mom real quick, because she's not in the house right now, so... Alright. Still watching for these cells to kind of explode near Oklahoma City. And if this cell does travel north, where that's going to be bad. Right now, still looks like it's going on a bit of a more northeastern path, but if it continues on its, if the storm continues like this, it might go into Norman, Moore, Newella, Peak, Oklahoma, and if we see if this cell can explode into a supercell and travel this direction, it could clip more Norman and South Oklahoma City. But I'm watching this cell really closely in case it takes a turn to the north. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go throw some trash away real quick. You can go inside my bed. Close the door behind you. Yeah, I'll close the door. Back your door. You book? You want your book?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Right here.
Alright, you have your book. We're still watching this cell very, very closely. Further down here to the southern Oklahoma. This cell might try to take a northerly jog, and if it does, Noble, Purcell, Norman, and Moore, Oklahoma will have to watch this cell very closely as well. Keeping an eye on for any rotation. This cell is trying to take in a little bit of inflow, particularly right here and down here, so this cell's going to have to be watched closely for sure, because this is a strengthening cell. And if it is trying to ingest some of this inflow, that's going to be bad.
Why ain't that?
And there, right now, if any tornado is going to be likely, it should happen kind of around this spot right here, is taking in some inflow, which is never a good sign, really. Not a very favorable part of the storm, but if any inflow can go up down to further to the south, that's going to be bad. What is going on there? What is that? That's a developing cell right there near Chickasha. That needs to be watched closely as well, because if that can very quickly blow up into a supercell as it travels northeast, that can become a tornado producer too. And what's going on here? Right now there's a cell going on over Norge and Ninnekah, Oklahoma, which is this cell. It's very weak right now. It's just a rain shower, but it is in an environment where it can go up pretty easily. Let's go back out here to the east. Just check velocity down here. This is trying to do something. Looks like it might, if anything is to rotate in this cell, it'll likely be kind of down here near Willow. Still watching this storm down here as well. Right now it should keep on a northeast path, but oh, is that splitting? Okay, this might try to split, and in the case that does, it will likely be a massive hailer, and that's trying to go straight north towards Norman and Oklahoma and Oklahoma City. This is a left split. The tornado threat shouldn't be as high. Still there, yes, but it won't. It will hopefully deplete a bit. It's kind of hard to tell right now if it's splitting or not, but it could split. It could split.
Why do it?
At the moment, there are no tornado warnings still. No tornado warnings in effect. Let's go to weather alerts. No one notifications. There we go. Alright, still keeping an eye on this developing cell near Chickasha. Hopefully it doesn't do anything, but in the case it does just randomly explode into a supercell. This is currently going east-northeast. And there's two possible tracks for this to take. It could go further north or further east. That's a little too far east. But right now, this cell, if it does strengthen along with this farther south cell, right now this cell is going further to the northeast. And in the case it does continue going further to the north, which so far it does appear like that's what it's trying to do, then this cell could go straight into at least southeastern Oklahoma City. We're still watching this cell to go up, watching for any other cells to continue going off further down the line. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but it definitely could. Let's go down south here for a minute. Some of these supercells still strong to severe. This cell definitely seems to be the strongest here between Stephenville and Comanche, Texas. Over any ooh, whoa. Okay, this might have to go tornado warning here in just a little bit. That looks a little weird, at least to me. This might go tornado warn here very soon. Could. I'm not saying it will 100% just yet, but that needs to be watched very closely. Yeah, it has a little hook to it. It has a little bit of a smaller hook. And what are you talking about? There shouldn't be any rotation this close. I mean, it could be. Yeah, no, there's nothing going on there. Yeah, I'll keep a very close eye on this rotation right here, because it's saying it's a tornado, but it's obviously not. But in the case that, oh yeah, what? Whoa, 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 whoa. What is that? What's going on there? That shouldn't be. That's not. Okay, that's uncorrelated with velocity. But there is rotation in this cell going towards, what is that, Dublin? Yeah, there is rotation in here. There's gonna be some rotation in here going towards Dublin, Texas. This needs to be watched closely because this is wrapping up somewhat nicely. Here's a better view of it. There's the area of spin. This is going to go towards Dublin. Yeah, this might get real close with Dublin, Texas. If you live south of Dublin, Texas, this area of spin currently is right over Proctor Lake and Leon River, going towards 436 County Road and Highway 1496. I think I said that right. Towards Roch, Texas. This is a strengthening cell. I'm watching for any correlation in here. There's like a spot of correlation, but it's not really that well organized with velocity. I know, but this is a rotating supercell now. It has a mesocyclone. I've circled where that mesocyclone is, and it's going on a bit of a northeast track. It might miss Dublin, but it won't miss you by much. If you live in Dublin, Texas, or you know someone in Dublin, Texas, tell them they should get ready for a tornado warning, because this could be this is going to be an area spin, and it's strengthening too. Now, right now, it is an area of spin. It's not tornado warned, but it will likely go tornado warned here very soon. This is near Dublin, Texas. It's not tornado warned yet, but if you ask me, it really should be tornado warned because this is going still going towards the northeast. And as it continues moving northeast, it'll likely steadily get stronger. Yeah, this area is still not tornado warned, but it has been strengthening the last several minutes. It should be warned very soon, because this is just strengthening right now, right here. There's your couplet. There's the Oops. There's the couplet. Right now it is around 10 miles southwest of Dublin, moving northeast. There's your hook, and it does have some hail with it as well. Here's the hail core, producing quarters to $half size hail, possibly some bigger. I'm not sure what's going on back here, but it's not correlated with velocity. Let's quickly shift to the north again. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning here in western Oklahoma for this cell, producing likely quarter-size hail and some winds 60 miles per hour. Might have a little teeny hook on it. It's a little hard to tell, but in the case this does ingest some inflow, that's going to have to be watched close. What in the world? Look at that. It looks like it's trying to split here. This cell looks like it might be trying to split. Look at that. That's splitting. That's trying to split. Another cell going on near Henrietta, Texas. That'll cross the Red River at around 9:40 to 9:50 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And let's go back down south to this cell. Okay, this cell. There's still going to be rotation in it. What in the world happened? Just still better? There we go. Let's go to velocity. Alright, there's the area of spin. If there's going to be a tornado, it's going to be in there. Come on, everyone. You want out? There, get out. There's the area of spin. Still closing in very close to Dublin. It might go straight into Dublin, Texas. It might go straight through Dublin, Texas. It may not. Either way, it will be watched very closely here. Still not tornado warned. And we have golf ball size hail now coming out of this storm. And 65 mile per hour wind gust. Let's go ahead and go over to reflectivity here real quick. This is where the golf ball size hail will be. It's going to be in here in that pink. Near 65 mile per hour winds, and that is going to be roughly there. That's where your 60 to 65 mile per hour winds will be. Here's your couplet. It's not as well defined as it was a minute ago, but you could still get tornadoes from that. And there is a new severe thunderstorm warning near the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So we'll flash up there real quick. Still waiting for tornado warning out of this in case that does happen. This cell is severe now, has a warning on it. It's not popping up on radar scope now, but I do have it on radar Omega. This cell back here will be allowed to expire. It shouldn't be spinning. Yeah, this isn't rotating on the lower levels, but it still needs to be watched regardless. And yeah, that cell split. Look at that. Yeah, this cell's splitting right here. It still has a tiny cell there near Chickasha, but that may not do very much. Look at that split. Look at that split right there. It's splitting. We'll have this cell going north and the rest of this cell going northeast. So this right now, Norman, Moore, Oklahoma City, if this cell can hold itself together, prepare for some damaging hail, large hail, damaging winds, and if this can really organize, maybe even a tornado out of that. So we have some more organization out here as well. Yeah, there's some rotation going up now back here in western Oklahoma. These cells has gone up fairly quickly. And right now, oh, hello, can I click on you, please? No, hello, there we go. Right now, still quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, but that can change fairly quickly, too. Let's go back south into Texas real quick, where we do still have a decent hook on radar. There's your hook. It's a little woppy, it's a little on the awkward side, which is good. We like these weirder hooks, because they're a little more unfavorable for tornadoes. Right now, if I do see a tornado, it will be right here. That's where your tornado will likely occur. It's close to Dublin. And so far on this trajectory, don't get that close to the TV. If it does stay on this trajectory, it'll get pretty close to Dublin, if not go straight through Dublin. Again, not a tornado warning yet, but a tornado warning should be considered if this couplet can stay spinning, and that mesocyclone can really continue spinning. Right now, we're still watching this left split for any awkward activity. This cell needs to be watched closely too if it can continue northeast. Right now it's going a bit more eastward towards Norman, Goldsby, and Noble, but this cell right here over Rush Springs and Central High and Marlow, Oklahoma, if that cell continues off to the north, which it looks like it might, Newcastle, Bridge Creek, Tuttle, Mustang, Moore, Valley Brook, Oklahoma City, and Norman should all brace for some large hail, because left splits are usually responsible for large hail, damaging winds. Tornadoes are a little questionable from left splits, but certainly not gone entirely. We're still watching for any cells to come out of that. Let's go ahead and continue to the south. We still have some large hail in here. The largest hail will be back in here, especially in this spot right here is where the largest of the largest hail should be. We're anticipating golf balls out of that, along with some slightly bigger hail maybe. Could be as high as tennis balls now in there. Ugh, my nose is all clogged up. Good lord. Okay. Still no tornado warnings in effect, but that could change very quickly in the environment we've been given. Let's go and travel up north here, back into Oklahoma real quick, where we still have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings. This left split might weaken, but we shouldn't set that in stone just yet. Don't know what's going on out here, but any spots of rotation we'll have to watch very closely. But right now, it's severe thunderstorms. We shouldn't have any cells developed out further south now, but if any of these cells can still strengthen, they need to be watched closely. This cell has gone severe warned now too. Is there any close radar sites? I think this is the closest one. Maybe okay. No? Okay. Right now we're still watching this cell right here to travel north into Cleveland and Oklahoma County, McLean County as well. as that gets closer, could become tornado warned. Could. West splits, again, are usually not tornado producers, but in the case this thing can produce tornadoes, it will likely be close to the Oklahoma City Metroplex. Further to the south, we still have a little inflow on here. Some very large hail core in here, and that's where that tornado could develop. It'll be in that hail. That's a pretty impressive hail core. I'm not gonna lie. It's getting some very big hail in there. This could be producing tennis ball size hail now too. Between, let's see here, could be producing tennis ball size hail between Mistletoe Drive, and let's see here. Can't get a good reading on that. There we go. Around 434 County Road, Texas. It's gonna be in between there. And if a tornado was to form in that cup, whoa! What in the world? Oh, we have a strengthening couplet right there near Dublin. This needs to be tornado warned. It just suddenly started spinning. We could have a developing tornado. If not, it's already on the ground near Dublin. That couplet tightened very quickly. This is Dublin. You need to be getting into a safe spot now. This mesocyclone has strengthened very, very fast. It could be in the process of developing a tornado already. There's your couplet. It's a pretty strong couplet. Your tornado will be right where my little blue circle is at right now. I'm not surprised this isn't tornado warned yet. This needs to be tornado warned now. So that is a pretty strong area of spin. Oh my word. This could be a tornado developing right now near Dublin, Texas. This is going to be close to Southwest U.S. Highway 377. It'll be on County Road at 336. Your tornado will touch down anywhere between County Road 336 and Southwest U.S. Highway 377. That is where your tornado will likely be. It'll be between County Road 322 and Southwest U.S. Highway 377. If you live in Dublin or in between those two roads and highway, you need to get to your safe spot now. Lowest level of the house, centermost point of the house. This is a pretty strong couplet right here. Pretty strong area of spin. I'm still surprised this thing isn't tornado warned yet. Watch it just rapidly re-strengthen there. It went from strong to almost nothing to strong again. This should be tornado warned. We need to watch it. We need to be watchful for any the correlation coefficient. It has a strong couplet. Right now, closing in on Dublin, Texas. Right now, it's getting very close to Dublin, Texas. And Dublin, Texas, this is getting very, very close to you. It may be on the ground already, we just don't know it. But there's some very large hail in here. This is going to be rain-wrapped if it is on the ground. If this tornado is on the ground, it's going to be rain-wrapped, and there is a lot of hail in there, too. Look at all that. That is some very big hail in there. This is likely larger than just golf balls now in here. Especially out west of Dublin in that purple spot. That could be tennis ball or larger hail. Wow, that is massive. That's going to be a pretty big hail there. There's your rotation, still in between U.S. Highway, Southwest U.S. Highway 377, getting close to the Dublin bypass. All right, now between this is going to be pretty close to U.S. Oh man, my nose. This is going to be close to County Road 322 and County Road 320. Some rotation there near Dublin, Texas. There it is now. There's your area of spin. I have another area of spin further to the southwest, actually. This storm might actually try to produce twins. There are two distinct areas of circulation now here in Dublin. It's a very large hail, without a doubt. At Dublin, you have two areas of distinct circulation very close to you. Dublin, Texas. Oh man, my nose is not liking me right now.
Oh, hi, Nicholas.
Hey.
Oops, you start calling me. Tell me who you're talking to.
It's just whoever joins the live streams.
Who's joining?
Anybody who finds the live stream.
Who find it?
Okay. We could have these two distinct areas of spin. If these do continue to rotate and spin, we could be seeing two tornadoes in progress, possibly. These are two distinct areas of spin. Not set in stone, but still need to be watched very closely for any tornado warning. Now, let's go and fly up to the north here real quick. Yeah, that's going to be producing some wind in there, too. Let's go ahead and go to up here. Still no rotation in this storm right now, but there's going to be some hail core. There's going to be a hail core developing here, and that's going to go right through Winnetka and maybe as far northwest as Chickasha. Now this is a left split. A tornado out of this is a little more unlikely, but it's not totally zero either. But as this continues to split and shift to the north towards Norman, Moore, and Oklahoma City metro area, we could see some large hail out of that. Oh yeah, there's baseball size hail right now going on in Dublin. Very destructive hail right now. Very, very big. Let's go down south here for a minute. And there's tornado possible in this thing right now. Very close to Dublin, Texas. Let's go and stop this here real quick. Going to velocity. There could be two tornadoes possible. One back here southwest of Dublin. One in here close to Dublin. But it's a little further to the southeast. But these are still two somewhat distinctive areas of circulation. They need to be watched very closely. It has a tornado possible tag on it now. But yeah, this is a destructive storm without a doubt. Very destructive. This is a destructive storm for Dublin, Texas, and Harbin, Texas, which is pretty close by too. A tornado is possible out of this storm as well. And this is going to be baseball size hail, 65 mile per hour winds. Let's go up towards Dallas here real quick. Going to reflectivity. There are some of these storms. These storms are going to be producing small hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. At least right now. And here near Dublin, there's going to be baseball-sized hail in this pink and purple. That's going to be some of the largest hail in there. Right now, going into Dublin, this is going to smash through your roof, windows, even doors. Now, let's go and travel up here to the Oklahoma City Metro again, where we still have this left split shifting to the north. And it's currently still moving to the north. This is just going almost directly north, barely northeast right now. Let's go further south for this storm. Just gonna look around for any winds, any circulation down here. And there's not a lot of circulation in there at all. But it still needs to be watched very closely. Let's go up here to the northwest. Might be all of these cells will have to be watched very closely anyways. They still have very large hail out near Dublin, Texas. This is some of the largest hail today, without a doubt. Looks like that other area of circulation has gone down a little bit, which is good, but we still have a pretty good area of spin. A little more disorganized than it was before. That's what it's been kind of doing these last like 10-15 minutes. It's been going up, it's been going down, it's been going up again. We still have some spin. We might have a little bit of spin in there now with this cell. And if that cell could go directly north into Oklahoma City, Moore, Norman, Newcastle, that's going to be a big concern as well. But it is a left split. But even left splits can still produce tornadoes. Oh man, mine knows. Yeah, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning in southern Oklahoma for that right split cell right now. Now let's go ahead and I'm gonna check something out real quick. Alright, we're still keeping a very close eye on this cell. Let's go up to Oklahoma here real quick. There's just a line of cell warnings going on there. My greatest concern at the moment is this left split cell right here. That split cell going directly north. Look at this radar sweep right here. It's going almost directly north. It is shifting a little northeast. But regardless, that's going to have to be watched very closely. And we have this line of severe thunderstorms still ongoing in western Oklahoma as well. There's one other severe thunderstorm warning out of the states of Texas and Oklahoma. But that is probably going to very quickly weaken and fizzle out. And let's see here. These storms can still go up and go severe as well in eastern Kansas. Right now, everything is focused in Oklahoma and Texas. Here's these cells going on between Duncan and, let's say, Lindsay, Oklahoma. We're going to have to watch these very closely as they continue northeast, especially the cell going over on Ninnekah and between Rush Springs as well. There is still massive hail going on east of Dublin. If there will be a tornado warning, anybody east of Dublin, you are pretty much safe. In Dublin, you're safe. But we still have areas of spin going on out here. It's really wonky stuff going on right there, but That needs to be watched closely. There might be... Oh, what is that? Is that like it's still an area of spin? Oh yeah, there's like a weird hook going on there too. Wow, a little bit of rotation going on there between, but right now it's kind of out towards, out from what it looks like a less populated area. Alright, now it's still going off to the, northeast. We still need to be watching this cell pretty closely. Hopefully, it just produces some, what's going on with it? Right now, we have this supercell going on right here in, pretty much going towards Chickasha. This is my most concerned cell for Oklahoma City, Moore, Norman. It's this cell. It's a, it should remain a hailer and wind producer, but it's still in a favorable environment for, some damaging, maybe a tornado or two still as it continues towards Oklahoma City. But it is a left split, so hopefully it remains, a hailer, but it could develop an inflow notch and a tornado maybe. But out here near Elk City, Butler, and Putnam, Oklahoma, we have a line of storms producing some 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. Going back down into Texas, right now there's baseball-size hail going on out here in East Dublin. And there was a pretty good circulation out here, and there still is there east of Dublin. Pretty decent area of spin, but not tornado warning. It does appear that there is another area of spin down the line in another supercell. Right there, and that's going to be 4 to 5 miles south of Zephyr, Texas. Don't know why I said it with an accent. That wasn't needed. Ooh, whoa. Look at that. Kind of looks goofy. Alright, let's go back up to Oklahoma City metro area, where we still have this left split cell continuing to the northeast. This is likely to go straight through Oklahoma City, actually, unless it takes a northeast path, which it looks like it might just barely go, east of Oklahoma City. No, defined area of spin, at least of now, but that could probably change very quickly as that goes north, as it continues north. Maybe produce some winds in there as well. Okay. Okay. It looks like this hail core slowly diminishing over Ninica, but it's still severe, likely producing quarter-size hail there near Ninica. And you get down the line, on that southern cell. These might remain hailers. It doesn't look like they might organize yet, but they could still organize fairly quickly in the coming hours. So, I'm going to check out here. And it looks like it's starting to slowly weaken out. So there might be a gust front right here. That is a gust front that'll undercut these storms. But right now, let's go back down into Texas here, real fast. Alright, let's get down here into Texas. Looks like the hail core east of Dublin, Texas, is now weakening pretty fairly. Hello, Dino Nuggies. 356. Anyways, right now, there's still some decent. Oh, is that new rotation? This might be developing a new area of spin. Yeah, there's gonna be some new spin down here, further to the south. which means this old one east of Dublin is going to be weakening, and we'll have a new one here. I'll be keeping a close eye on that as well. Alright, there we go. And let's go back to the north, where we still have this left split supercell going northward. And usually, left splits do not produce tornadoes, although occasionally they still can. And this is still going to be a primary concern for Oklahoma City as this continues off to the north. And I'll be right back. I'm going to go get myself a little bit of water. I'm going to get myself some water. Alright, I'm back. Just had to get myself some water. And this is still a fairly strong supercell going towards Oklahoma City, the Oklahoma City metro area. I'm gonna move my stuff around here real quick. Alright, there we go. Yeah. This thunderstorm might be a while to expire a little bit. Severe thunderstorm warning. Further down the line, fire further south into Texas. Still have two areas of spin. Hello? Right, there we go. We have 1 and 2. This area of circulation up here that's east of Dublin should be allowed to expire. But south of Dublin, this cell is going to be strengthening quite a bit. That needs to be watched very closely because it has inflow and it's in a favorable part of the storm. Looks like there might be some flooding going on down in something near Duncan, Oklahoma. And this cell is weakening. It looks like it's undergoing another left split near between Ninica and Chickasha. That's still moving to the north as well. And there is a new severe thunderstorm warning for this. This is going to be producing golf ball size hail. Apparently it's producing some golf ball size hail right now. Chickasha, Mustang, Newcastle. This is gonna be a little west of Moore, maybe, but it's kind of out here is where that severe thunderstorm warning is now. Alright, this could be producing up to golf ball size hail right now, particularly right here. It looks a little weaker to me, but yeah, maybe not so apparently. And if there will be any circulation, it'll be down here near Alex. If any circulation can develop. We're waiting to see that severe thunderstorm warning pop up here, so I can actually show you guys here. But further to the south, while we wait for that to load, we still have a fairly large hail core there east of Dublin, producing some large hail. And here is still that area of spin there. That is still strengthening slowly. Let's go up north here real quick. That still hasn't. Alright, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning right here in north of Enid and North Enid. No rotation right now, but we do have some hail right there. That's gonna be quarter-size hail, most likely. Now let's go back down to the Oklahoma City metro area. There it is, right there. There's your severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be just west of Moore. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to relay that information to... Alright, this is still a strong cell producing up to golf ball size hail through Chickasha, and this is going to go through Amber, Bridge Creek, Blanchard, west of Newcastle, west of Blanchard. It's going to go straight through Bridge Creek, Tuttle, Mustang, most likely. Oh yeah, there was golf ball size hail reported there in Chickasha by an emergency manager. So if this goes a little further east, that could go through more, but at the moment, it looks like it's going to continue off to the north. Okay. Right now, there's no, may not be a rotation in here right now. But I'm going to go check velocity. I'm not seeing any area to spin. But still possible if these cells can, organize themselves pretty well. Organize themselves. Here's a new mesoscale discussion for those cells in Texas. The risk of large hail and severe wind gusts may be increasing between Stephenville down to Brownwood right now. They're still watching out for this cell in the Oklahoma City area as well. And here's that cell that's going to get really close, really, to Oklahoma City. It looks like it's going to go straight through the OKC metro area. Some golf ball size hail going on down to the south as well. These cells, all these cells are really strengthening right now. This is some lime size hail down in Texas right now from that previous cell that was producing baseballs. Let's go down south here real quick. What's going on out? What's going on with that thing? Anyways, let's go down south where we still have this supercell that was producing some rotation. It might still be having some rotation. Yeah, it's there. The storm's struggling, but that's what we like to see. Currently southeast of Dublin. This is going to get close to Hicko, Texas. Hopefully I said that right. And that still is producing some very large hail. This is going to be your lime-sized hail in here. Right now it's east of Dublin. Right now it's kind of out in an unpopulated area, but that's still hail big enough to go right through your roof, pretty much, right there. And so these storms... let's see here. Two-inch hail reported in Texas. Oh, I just heard lightning outside my house. That's fun. I'm still watching for this supercell to rotate at any given time. It is a left split, so rotating, low-level rotation is unlikely, but it can't necessarily be completely ruled out either. So, let's travel up here to northern Oklahoma to all these cells developing. A lot of these cells will either be very strong to close to severe. Let's go back down south. Let's stay in the Oklahoma City metro for now, as this cell gets pretty close to this populated area. Right now, my main concern is this group of cells traveling northeast, specifically this cell. If this can continue strengthening, it could go through Bridge Creek Tuttle, Mustang, Oklahoma City with golf ball plus size hail. To me, it looks like the hail has weakened down a little bit, but we still can't rule out the possibility for some larger hail. I'll be right back. still got a severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be through Bridge Creek. I don't want to open my window because I can see this stuff from my house. This is going to go into pretty close to Bridge Creek, Amber, west of Blanchard. The largest hail will be east of Amber and just northeast of Chickasha. Those areas need to be watched fairly closely as well. Might have a hook developing out there near Clinton and Burns Flat, but it's kind of out in an area where it's hard to see. Let's go ahead and pull up my radar omega on my phone again. The largest hail for in this cell will be... Oh, I can't zoom in on here. Whoopsies. Can't see what I'm trying to see. The largest hail will be pretty close. It'll be on North 2900 Road and I-44. Oklahoma. That's east of Amber. That's this hail core. That's still producing some pretty decent hail. And let's go down south here real quick, where we still have some strong supercells in Texas. To me, it looks like these... Yeah, that rotation's starting to diminish now. All that spin and rotation's starting to fizzle and weaken out. Tornado's still definitely possible down there, but overall, it's going to be very low. And we still have this big cell going through Bridge Creek. It's going to go through Bridge Creek and eventually up to Mustang. Maybe the western Oklahoma City metro area. I can see this from my house. See the lightning flashes. Boom. There's one. Right now we're still seeing... Pretty bad. Alright, there we go. It's going to be a little hard to see, but I think I can try to get... yeah, it's going to be very difficult to see, but... We could definitely see... might have some spin out there. To the west. I mean, there's definitely going to be some spin near Bessie, Oklahoma. Oh, yeah. Heard a little bit of thunder. We have a couple smaller cells out here near Pocasset, Oklahoma as well. Further to the south, we still have some very damaging hail down here. Coming towards Maysville, Oklahoma as well. Let's see if there's anything new. Yep. There we go. Tornado threat may develop next couple of hours here in central Oklahoma. Severe threat expected to continue late this evening and may gradually expand in coverage. Okay, here is the new mesoscale discussion. This is when things get concerning. Here in central Oklahoma, the tornado threat will increase from not only, I don't think only these cells, but maybe a few others that could develop behind it. Personally, I think it may be a little higher to the northeast. The severe threat expected to continue late this evening and may gradually expand in coverage, which is not good. Discussion. The latest WSR ADD radar imagery shows two areas of severe storms, one in southern Oklahoma and another in western Oklahoma. The southern Oklahoma cluster is located along a narrow axis of moderate instability where the WRAP has a mixed layer cape near 2,000 joules per kilogram. The FDR WSR 88 Doppler has about 50 knots of 0 to 6 kilometer shear, which will continue to support supercell development late this evening. The TLX WSR 88 Doppler has a more directional shear in the lowest 2 kilometer above ground level. This strong directional shear is evident on WRAP forecast soundings in central Oklahoma, which have 0 to 3 kilometer storm relative helicity in the 250 to 300 meters a second range. Meter squared per second squared range. This should be favorable for a tornado threat as supercells move northeastward across central Oklahoma late this evening. Increasing surface dew points may aid a developing tornado threat. Forecast soundings in western and south central Oklahoma also have 700 to 500 millibar lapse rates of 7.5 to 8 kilometers, kilometers. This environment should support a large hail threat. The large hail threat will likely be maximized with the cluster in south central Oklahoma, where right-moving and left-moving supercells are ongoing. Supercells are also be capable of producing severe wind gusts. And those supercells are in question are currently these cells. But this cell out here might try to make a more eastward movement as well. Alright, this is going to be produced near Bridge Creek right now. This is still producing some golf ball size hail, maybe, here near Bridge Creek. Quarters, ping pong balls, maybe golf balls. I'm not completely sold on the golf balls just yet, but still definitely a possibility. Yeah, the tornado threat is expected to increase in the next few hours in the Oklahoma City area, farther to the northeast into the Tulsa metro area as well. There's not much velocity that I can tell at the moment right now, though, which is good, but this area is sheared enough to get some tornadic activity. We still have some storms down here as well. And they are trying to... it does have inflow going into these storms in western Oklahoma. Between Putnam down south towards Arapahoe. I think I said that right. I don't know. And Custer City. Those storms all need to be watched closely, as well as tornadoes like inflow. So, those need to be watched closely, and I'll be right back. Back. Sorry, I might have to go in and out of my room a little bit. Right now, what's still concerning is we have this large supercell going on over Bridge Creek and Tuttle, continuing off to the north. And further down the line, we still have some supercells down here as well. Still need to watch out for any development to the southwest, too, in case any storms can go up there, obviously. But we're still watching in this area for a tornado threat to develop in the next few hours. Alright, let's go further up the line a little bit again. Still have this spot right here. There's still up to quarter size hail in there. But by far, it's not as much as it was earlier. But right now, the largest hail should be back up in here. And this is going to be between East Main Street and Tuttle. And down towards Bridge Creek Road, Oklahoma. That's where the largest hail should be. Could increase a little bit, but right now, I think Oklahoma City metro area, for now, will likely see just some big hail. The tornado threat, I don't think particularly in the Oklahoma City area, pretty much out here, will see any tornado warning tonight. But anything south, these cells could still go northeast. I think there's a bit of a boundary. This line, anything north of that, particularly this cell, it's a left split. So I don't think it's going to produce anything besides hail and a little wind. but anything south of that could still produce a tornado or two in the next few hours. That's what the latest models say right now. Oops. Let's go ahead and just reset this real quick. Let's go over to the wrap model. Storm relative helicity. Let's go into here. Yeah, it definitely continues with storm relative helicity in the next several hours for sure. And mixed layered cape does have, yeah, that's gonna be some favorable instability in there still. Significant tornado parameter. Right now it's a little low, only 1 to 2, but in the next couple of hours it is expected to increase. Severe threat expected to continue late this evening and may gradually expand in coverage. That's what we need to watch out for. Tornado threat may develop next couple of hours in central Oklahoma and northeast Oklahoma. Still needs to be watched very closely. And still watching for any areas of spin, though, to pop up along this line. What's going on here? We're having a little bit more cell development right here. That could help promote cell development further to the south. And if that's true, they'll be going northeast. So if we do see more cell development right here, this might be a bit of a better view of it. If we see any new cell development along here, I do think we could see more cells go into the Oklahoma City metro area. Let's go back down south into Texas here for a bit. This cell has kind of diminished down quite a bit, actually. Still has some rotation in there, but it's nowhere close to where it was earlier. Still have some hailers and wind producers here in central Oklahoma. Particularly this cell right here producing tennis ball size hail, and this is reported by emergency management. That's still tennis ball size hail being developed there. I'll be right back. We still had... Alright, I'm back. Oh, shoot. That's not good. Alright, yeah, we're gonna have to watch these cells. We're gonna have to watch back here for additional development, because these storms are taking a slight more easterly path as well. So if we see any extra development down the line here, that can go very bad. It's starting to rain where I'm at now, too. How lovely. Okay, let's go into velocity. Still not seeing a lot of rotation, which is good, but... Alright, this hail core is going to go straight through Mustang. Oh, what in the world did I do? Shit. Oh, that's cool. I just learned something new. Alright, this hail core is going to go through Mustang. We could have some golf balls or even tennis balls in there. Needs to be watched closely as it goes up towards Mustang. There's no rotation in this thing, so I think Oklahoma City will be safe from tornadoes, or for now. But like I said, if we have any additional development along this line, down here towards the south, now we'll go through the Oklahoma City metro area. Alright, let's go a little east. We still have these storms popping up here. Storm relative felicity, not a lot of spin in these storms. Likely won't be spinning for at least a little bit. But let's go ahead and just kind of chill here for a minute. We need to still need to keep an eye on for these cells to continue developing out here to the east as well. Let's go ahead and alright, we're gonna have to watch out for any. There's new development going on right here. Mostly here, but we might see more development down the line as that continues. Alright, back. Still watching for additional development down this line here. But back here in the Oklahoma City metro area, we still have a line of severe thunderstorms. Some new ones going on down to the south. Getting close to Katy, Oklahoma, Loco, Heedleton, Wilson, Ringing. Ooh, look at that. That's going to be some large hail there near Wayne, Oklahoma. This is going to be what, go up here to the north here real fast, where we have some storms still continuing. Any of these cells to the east, from Ponca City out towards North Enid, Pond Creek, those could go severe at any time as well. We have these cells to the south that are still strengthening quite a bit. Let's go back down to the south. Might be. There's not much. If there's going to be any rotation in this left split, there won't be a lot. Be very, very weak. But there's some large damaging hail here near Wayne and Purcell, Oklahoma. Very large hail. Golf ball. We're talking golf balls, maybe even tennis balls, out, especially out there near Wayne, Oklahoma, where there's some very large hail going on. I was gonna look for a velocity. Storm relative velocity, maybe. Yeah, it's still not showing a whole lot of rotation, but as shear increases in this area, I do think we could still see a tornado or two around, maybe in or just around the Oklahoma City metro area. But we'll just have to wait and see. Mustang is still getting some pretty big hail too. Mustang getting golf balls, possibly tennis ball size hail right now. Mustang, Oklahoma. If you are caught outside, get to shelter now, because that is going to be big enough to probably give you some pretty decent injuries. And right now it's going to be a pretty big lightning show right now where I'm at. Let's go ahead and shift southward here real quick. We have looks like a weakening cluster here in north central Texas. But even then, these storms still need to be watched closely for at least some hail and damaging winds as those continue off to the east. But I will be for the rest of the night, I'll be shifting my focus here in central Oklahoma, central, southern Oklahoma, north, northwest, and the west. There's still a storm that still going into Mustang right now. And from Norman to Noble, some rain and thunderstorms there. But the main event is right now just west of Slaughterville down to northeast of Wayne, where there's still golf ball, the tennis ball size hail happening. Still not a lot of rotation, though, which is good. But it still needs to be watched very closely. There's some strong cells from I-40 down to what is it? Just northwest of the Cowden Junction and Road 152. I think that's what that is. Whoa, okay, yeah, there's tennis ball size hail coming out of this storm. This is mostly a hailer right here. Tennis ball size hail reported by emergency management. Man, that's some very, very big hail. And there's hail near tennis ball size was recently reported in Tuttle. That's gonna cause some injury right there without a doubt. And right now, unless any new storm development occurs out here near Goatsboro and Malaton Park, Oklahoma out here, relatively, I think, more Norman, Noble, Slaughterville, after this wave of severe thunderstorms, everybody else should pretty much out of it. But we're still watching for these cells to develop out here. In case, if this line decides to continue stretching to the south, which it has. Hi, Storm Chaser Tan. Anyways. Yeah, we're watching that line. Yeah, people and animals outdoors will be injured if you aren't wearing any head protection. Even then, you need to get into a bit of a safer spot. Oh, there's the cold front. There's the cold front, it looks like. Right there. Saw this here. Here's the cold front stretching down south. That looks like the cold front. Yeah, and there's a new severe thunderstorm warning right there. That's going to go into Canadian County. Anything that passes this cold front should weaken into just general rain. Rain and maybe a couple claps of thunder. You're going out tomorrow? Nice. Okay, yeah. And there was 2.5 inch hail reported out near. Yeah, emergency management recorded a 2.5 inch hailstone west of Bridge Creek. And we still have this severe thunderstorm warning out for half-dollar size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. And if this can move slightly more east, try to the best edge I feel like I can get of it. I mean, this could like scrape Oklahoma City, but it should mostly miss to the north. But this is going to go Oklahoma City, Bethany, the Village, and Edmond, Guthrie, west of Arcadia, south of Meridian, Oklahoma. Pretty much out here, there is a new severe thunderstorm warning issued out here for that cell, which is slowly starting to weaken now that hail core has gone down just at the moment. Anyways, there's still some ping pong ball size hail out here west of Oklahoma City. There it is. There was likely some golf balls and tennis balls mixed in from Mustang to Tuttle to west of Bridge Creek. I think there was some very large hail in there. There could have been anywhere between golf balls to tennis balls. I'm trying to get a better circle than that. Definitely some mixture of golf balls to tennis balls, maybe even slightly larger there. But right now there is some ping pong ball size hail continuing off to the north. Let's go and check velocity. Oop. Still not seeing a lot of rotation, but that is to... Oh, maybe not. What's going... It's a little... there might be a bit of rotation there north of Elmore City. Maybe. Not in a very good part of the storm, but that should probably still be worth watching. And that's producing some ping pong ball size hail. Most likely, these storms like one and done, like they just one line. Yes, these cells, this line should be done for more Norman, Oklahoma City. As those pass by, they should be done with, but if more development can occur out here to the west, maybe Oklahoma City and Norman and more can see another wave. But at the moment, the cold front is passing Guthrie and Stillwater right there, and it's going to undercut this cell as it continues off to the north. But right now it is, so far, more is about to just get some rain and thunderstorm here in a minute, along with maybe North Norman. Norman right now is going through some rain and thunderstorms, maybe some small hail. But right now the biggest hail is west of Oklahoma City, and that is going to be between Northwest 23rd Street and Southwest 3rd Street and I-40. And we still have some relatively long line here where the biggest hail is right now over Maysville, Swaterville, Oklahoma. Still need to watch this cell out here, though, but again, this is the cold front right here, stretching down here. You can see it pretty clearly from east of Pawnee down towards Guthrie, Cashin, and Akarchi, Oklahoma. That dry line is still extending out here to the west. Going down south with these storms in Texas, they just seem to continue to weaken And they probably will in the next couple of hours, but they still need to be watched fairly closely, though. Very closely. And the tornado threat today overall is low, but not zero here in the Oklahoma City metro. Let's go take a peek at that again here real quick. Here's that 5% risk. It's low, but still not zero, especially with shear going around 50 knots. But so far, I think after this first wave, Moore, Norman, Noble, Purcell, Edmond, Oklahoma City will all be done with storms for the night. But if we still see absolutely any development back here from around Weatherford, further south towards, what is that, Catch and Watton, any of those cells could become tornadic. Ooh. Ooh, that one hurt a bit. Alright. We're still watching any of these storms to become tornadic, but so far, the only storms really in that tornadic zone are like pretty much these ones from Norman down to east of Lindsay. But I think the tornado threat overall will pretty quickly diminish because this cold front right here, if anything gets north of that, those storms will be done for. None. Just done. Done in a flash. Right now it does appear like there still is a that cold front is stretching down here still, but it does appear that Tulsa's still kind of far from it, so if these cells can stay ahead of that cold front and move northeast, I think there will be a bit of a tornado there for Tulsa, Broken Arrow. But right now, I think Oklahoma City may be out of it for now, besides all these cells going up here in the South Oklahoma City metro. But besides those, I think Oklahoma City might be out of it. But if this cell can move, it looks like it's still slowly kind of developing down a little bit. But if this particular cell can move pretty much like this line, Oklahoma City and maybe more will still have a tornado chance for tonight. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning up here for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. No, ping-pong ball-size hail, okay. Saying there's rotation in here, too. Let's see if that's true. I mean, maybe a slight bit of rotation, but it's not a lot. And there's still... Oh, damn, look at that line. It just stretches all the way back from here and straight down. Look at that. Very long stretch of severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's go down to the southern one, go all the way up. That's over 350 miles of severe thunderstorms from one tip of another warning all the way down. Now, please excuse my sniffles. I'm getting hit hard by allergies at the moment. But we still have some pretty large hail right now near Etowah, between Maysville and Wayne. And it's kind of looking more like a squall line the further south you go. Oh, man. Oh, man, my allergies are still wild right now. But anyways, let's go back here, Oklahoma City. This cell looks like it's been going down quite a bit in the last little while, but it could still be producing some large hail and maybe a gust of wind or two. But here's the cold front right. Here's the cold front right here. So if this cell passes that cold front, it will likely diminish down a little bit, and that tornado threat will be gone. The tornado threat will continue pretty much out here. The tornado threat will continue in this circled area, but anything past this line right here, past the line, the tornado threat will be gone, but hail and wind threat may continue for at least a little bit, but anything south of that will be large hail damaging winds and that tornado risk. Nothing quite new from the Storm Prediction Center, besides the mesoscale discussion I went over earlier. Trying not to sneeze. There's a little funky stuff going on out here, but that's like way too far west to really throw down that there's a little low-level rotation out there. But we're definitely still watching for any rotation to pop up ahead of this line. These cells are moving 30 to 40 miles per hour at 2. And they're still under a tornado watch, but I think the tornado watch might diminish a little bit in the next. Oh, man. Whoa, that is a massive hailstone. It's very large hail in Chickasha earlier. Just going around on Facebook looking for any hail risks, and or any hail photos, and there's one right there. And there's a new severe thunderstorm warning for $half size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And that is from these big cells out here. No tornado possible tag with them, but anything south of this cold front can still produce a tornado. And anything behind this line, all these storms will continue to be elevated, but below that line they will be lower down. Still nothing particularly new besides this one area here. Tornado threat may develop next few hours. This is going to probably very quickly start to diminish anyways. I don't think we'll see any tornadoes today. Our best chance will be likely up on this front edge or out here underneath that cold front. Let's go and look through velocity here real quick. Check for there might be similar. Yeah, there might be a little bit of rotation down there towards Paul's Valley. There might be a little bit. It's not looking too strong, but I'm just looking at this absolute mess of severe thunderstorm warnings. Zoom out here for a minute. Oh, not that far. It's a massive stretch here. Oops. I'll be right back. Let's check this out here. And still no tornado warnings activated right now, but right now Oklahoma City, Moore, Norman, for at least an hour or two, you guys are out of it. Besides North Oklahoma City, Central Oklahoma City, and South, Moore, Norman, Newcastle, Mustang, you guys are particularly safe for now, but anything south of this line, particularly these cells and these cells, can still produce a tornado if they can get started up. Right now, 60 mile per hour winds, quarter size. Hang on, size hail there. Further down south, well, let's see. There still is a little bit of rotation there, maybe near Paul's Valley, but right now that does seem to be weakening still a little bit. And we still have a line of severe thunderstorms down here in Texas, but they should be mostly hailers and wind producers. I don't think those will very likely will not produce tornadoes at all. The highest probability for a tornado is, oops, any of these cells and anything else that could fire down here. Those are the areas where we will most likely see a tornado. Will we see a tornado today? Maybe. Is it likely? No. Yeah, let's see here. Still no tornado warnings at the moment. No tornado possible tags with anything. But this cell, between the village and Edmond is very rapidly weakening. But this line back here is still moving kind of eastward. And if this could continue moving the way it's moving, it might clip more. It might clip more a little bit. But this could still go through the Oklahoma City metro area. Could go through El Reno, Union City, Mustang, Oklahoma City. And as long as it stays south of this cold front right here, if it could stay south of it, it's still in a tornado it could still in a tornado environment and could still produce a tornado out of there. Right now, it's producing, I think that's either the dry line or a gust front. But there's a lot of lift out here right now, because that cold front and dry line are messing with each other a little bit, and it's causing a lot of lift and definitely some spin in the atmosphere. But right now, tornado threat, in my opinion, is still going up just a little bit, but right now it's still low. overall, the tornado threat is low. Alright. Oh, man, my nose is just ugh. And right now, that cold front's still extending southward, so need to keep an eye on that. Let's go up to northern Oklahoma here real fast. Might have some large hail here. Might be some pretty big hail right here, between Douglas and Hennessy a bit. The largest hail there will likely be between, East 0530 road, East 0530 road, and East 0600 road, Oklahoma. I don't know what's going on over here. There shouldn't be any rotation out there. Any area of spin that can produce a tornado will likely be out in this part of the storm, which might get close to Oklahoma City, but for the most part, it most likely won't. And we're watching for any areas of spin out here. There's still some areas of spin out here near Paul's Valley, too. You keep a very close eye on that. SRV. Then still gonna need some large hail, damaging winds. Tornado threat not totally diminished down in this line. Oh man, my nose. Let's check Storm Prediction Center, see if they have anything new. Nope. Absolutely nothing. Let's see if any of the models have been updated. Particularly the HRR model. One of the shorter range models. Let's go to Central United States. Go into positive reflectivity. Okay, now it's bringing up this cell right here. The cells in the west. Okay, yeah, these cells have upgraded. It brings up that cell into central Oklahoma. Yeah, there might be a little bit more development here. Maybe, but anything north of that cold front again will be only hailers and wind producers. Nothing tornadic above that cold front. But if we do see the storm extend to the south a little bit, definitely could have a tornado or two in Oklahoma City or south. And that's the HRR model showing you right there. And as that continues off to the east, they should diminish fairly quickly into just general thunderstorms. The NAM model, let's see if it's pulling anything up. And it might still having like a small little cell, maybe a cell or two going through southern Oklahoma City Metro. The NAM 3 kilometer model showing this one's a bit more aggressive about it, but still this is also pulling up some cells to go through Moore, Norman, and Oklahoma City that could be severe. The rep model, I'm going to a different reflectivity type here. Yeah, I might bring a little bit more in there as well. And let's bring up this model here. I think this model is particularly updated. Yeah, this model isn't really updated on that either. Oh. But anyways, let's go back to the radar scope here. Right now, these cells out here to the west, right now, near Waukeba, Binger, Eakley, and Bridgeport, Oklahoma. Might be a bit of rotation here, actually. It's a little tricky to tell. It's looking a little wonky, but there might be a bit of rotation out here between just east of Hydro. It's a little weird to see. Not completely sold on that though, but the cold front is right here. That should be about the cold front, if not. Might be extending further to the southwest like this. I don't know. That's gonna have to be watched closely. We're watching for any rotation out here still. Any areas of spin out here. Alright, this cell right here is starting to die. It is way weaker than it was earlier, which is good. So that cell is practically gone. It's just a general rain thunderstorm now. But we still have some big hail cores here. That's probably producing big hail. Big hail is probably still falling from here. Yeah, man, this is still just going down the... Let's go back down into Texas where we still have a cluster of thunderstorms. There's a few hail... Oh man, my brain is not working properly. Alright, there's a few hail cores here. I mean, right now, these storms aren't particularly tornadic, but that can change here. Those storms aren't tornadic, and likely, definitely, will probably not be tornadic at all. But we still have some tornadic possibilities out here to the west for Oklahoma City, at that area. Maybe eastern Oklahoma City, where Shawnee and Tecumseh, maybe a cell or two could go tornadic. But right now, the tornado threat looks very low to me. See here. There's a tornado possible tag down here to the south towards Paul's Valley now. Yeah, there's a couple areas of spin out here for sure. Ow. Okay. Alright, there's some areas of spin out here near Paul's Valley. There's still looking like some rotation out here between Hydro and Bridgeport, but... And there is some spin out here. Looks like maybe near O'Keene. Out here near Douglas, but these are behind the cold front. They shouldn't produce a tornado. And it looks like that might be behind the cold front. This cold front's right here, I think. That's what it looks like. Still watching out here for between going towards Waukeba and Binger. Still watching for any area of spin out there as well, because these are going to go through the Oklahoma City metro. From here, this is the approximate path of that. Here's the approximate path of that. Anything in between these two lines can still become tornadic. anything in between them. But right now, nothing is tornadic. Nothing is really tornadoes spawning looking, but still have to keep a close eye on them. See here, there's definitely still some areas of spin. Definitely some pretty good sized hail still. Ping pong to maybe golf ball to even maybe a few tennis balls out here. Right there east of Wayne and west of Gwinnett, Oklahoma. And let's go up north a little bit. There is this area where there does appear to be a bit of does appear to have a small hail core, but it could be right now it's quarter size hail, but there might be slightly bigger hail in there mixed in there about a little bit. Now let's go back over to the SRV. Yeah, there's still. Let's go back to velocity here. All right, there's some some rotation down here, going east to Paul's Valley. This one cell does have a tornado possible tag with it. I'm trying to find it here. Yep, there is tornado possible. And that's just gonna be producing right now. Ping pong ball size hail could be producing larger than that, but we still need to watch those cells down there towards east of Paul's Valley. Those can still produce tornadoes. Right now, Oklahoma City, again, you're not completely out of it. Oklahoma City, Moore, Norman, you're not completely out of it because you have this cell approaching from the east now. Here's the approximate path of that. It might miss more to the north. Right now, here's the approximate trajectory for it. Because anything south of this line from Cleveland to Yale to Perkins, south of Guthrie, north of Edmond, Guthrie, Piedmont, Edmond, anything along this south of that line can still produce a tornado. We have that dry line situated back here as well, still moving eastward as well. Yeah, give me a second, I'm trying to turn something on. Oh man, my nose is just not liking me very much right now. Alright. And there's some pretty large hail still continuing up here. There's going to be a little bit of rotation. There's some strong rotation here near Marshall, Oklahoma. But this is behind the cold front. That tornado threat practically does not exist. So it's mostly only going to be hailers and wind producers back behind that. And here still is that little cell here. Still going northeast. And here is that cold front. Anything in between these lines will have a possibility for a tornado from these few cells over here to the west. But overall, I don't think we'll have like any tornado. I don't think we'll have a tornado today, but some of these cells are definitely still gonna try to kick up a bit. Right now, no tornado warnings have been issued. Oops. No tornado warnings have been issued today, but still have some good enough shear for anything south of this line and pretty much on this line to produce a tornado. Same with out here. But right now, no tornadoes, luckily, but that doesn't mean we still won't see a tornado today. Oh man, we still have a dry line situated way a little further out to the west than I thought, actually. Okay. Give me a minute. Okay. Well, there's still no tornado warnings, but still a tornado possible tag on these cells here, just east of Paul's Valley, east of Palo, I can't pronounce that, I'm not gonna try, but, right now the strongest rotation is pretty much right here, which is currently around 8 to 10 miles, west of Stratford, Oklahoma. Right now, that cold front is extending down close to Edmond and Piedmont. But again, these cells, as long as they continue on their eastern trajectory, could give Oklahoma City, Mustang, Valley Brook, and more another threat for tornadoes. Anyways, we're keeping an eye on. This is the main cell for Oklahoma City right now. Is this cell, and it still is kind of developing to the south. Here's that kind of trajectory with it. It's going east, northeast. It might barely miss more, but Oklahoma City is still in the path of this thing. But let's hope this cold front right here can cut it off. It looks like there's actually a gust front a little bit here. There might be a gust front coming out right here. And if that's so, anything behind it will be shut off. No more tornado behind it. But right now, still keeping an eye out for any area spin ahead of this line right here as well. The velocity. Yeah, I'm seeing a few little spots of rotation. There could be some rotation there, some rotation there. It's still a bit of a mess, but if we even get any tornadoes out of this thing, they should be fairly weak. Let's go up here to northern Oklahoma. I still have actually a decent hook on this storm here in northern where is this? Did I accidentally turn on? Okay, there we go. Just south of Douglas and Marshall. Yeah, right now that is it is rotating. It does have a little bit of a mesocyclone with it, but this area, that tornado threat is pretty much gone because of that cold front. But anything behind, yeah, let's go here. It's might easier to see it. Anything behind this line is, can't see it as well now, but that's the cold front. Anything behind this cold front, warm, moist air that tornadoes need to survive, that tornado threat is just gone. But anything ahead of the cold front, still some warm, moist air, good enough for tornadoes to still spin up. Alright, let's go up here to. There's still some pretty big hail right now going on in the northeast, in northern Oklahoma. Some big hail, some big wind producers too, but right now the main concern for Oklahoma will be anything here, although it does appear that there's a bit of a gust front, so if this is a gust front, then that's anything behind that any tornado will also be diminished. But further down the line, anything along these cells will very rapidly begin to still be strong, rotate, and much more. Alright, anyways. Right now we still have 9 severe thunderstorm warnings, not tornado warnings. And most of them are in Oklahoma. We still have this pretty big one here. Right there for this cell, a few for these cells, and this one for this cell up here, which did have some strong rotation, but it's not anywhere close to the being ahead of that cold front, so this cell is just gonna be a hail and wind producer. And we still have, let's see. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be a gust front right here. This is a gust front, so anything in anything behind this line here to the north and west, there's a gust front, which means that this cell will rapidly weaken quite a bit. But we're still keeping an eye on that regardless. And there's this is still be a tornado watch still in effect, but there's not a tornado possible tag with this cell anymore. So I think for the rest of the night, I think the tornado threat is now starting to slowly diminish. Out here to the west, there's a gust front beginning to develop. Anything behind that gust front, that tornado threat will weaken down pretty fast. To the north, pretty weak as well. But for the most part, I think everything will very rapidly start to weaken. Yeah, there's currently only one severe thunderstorm warning active in Oklahoma, and it's this one right here. It's gonna be this one right here. Yep, there it is, an update. And there's two severe thunderstorm warnings down here to the south as well. I believe one up to the north. Yeah, this one up here is still active, I think. It'll be active for another 28, 30 minutes. And up here, there should be, if there's any rotation up here, I think it'll be pretty weak, and I don't think there will be I don't think there will be a tornado out of that. But there is still is some areas of spin out here between Asher and Winnett, Byers and Stratford, Oklahoma, but for the most part, I think the tornado threat will rapidly begin to diminish. Because of this cold front up here, there's a gust front developing here. Anything behind those two fronts, there will be weaker spin. And there is a new severe thunderstorm watch activated up here for one of these cells as well. For this cell, because of that hail over Covington. Right now it's only quarter sized. Still enough to give you some damage. But right now that is going to be some hail right there. Let's go into velocity real quick. There still is going to be like mesocyclonic rotation in here, but that tornado threat is practically gone behind that cold front. Now here's that cold front still north of Piedmont and Edmond. Here's a developing gust front. It looks actually a pretty strong gust front too. Velocity. There's your gust front right here. Kind of see that clearly on velocity. Storm relative velocity. It's a little harder to see, but you can just barely see it there. And right now, 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. Here on the radar scope, you can't see it, but oh, never mind. There it is. Active for another 26 minutes right now. Again, for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. Again, this is a cold front right here. So anything behind this cold front, the tornado threat just pretty much does not exist no more. It's essentially gone. Yeah. Still diminishing tornado risk here in Oklahoma now, but if any tornado were to happen, it'll be out on this line. Anything behind that line, that tornado threat will rapidly diminish. Okay. Yeah, with these cells rapidly starting to weaken in Oklahoma and Texas, that tornado threat will go down with it. There could still be, again, rotation out here with any of these cells, besides that gust front. But yeah, right now, if any, yeah, there's a little bit of, there's still gonna be some rotation here, rotation there, for example. There's gonna be still some mesocyclonic rotation every now and then, but it's behind the cold front, which means it's gonna be, there's gonna be like no tornadoes behind that, because that cold front is not gonna allow much moisture behind it. So yeah, tornado risk is gonna diminish behind this line. And that'll just turn into hailers, some wind producers, and beyond that. For now, if anything does continue to start going back up again, I will probably start an emergency live stream. But right now, I just don't see any more like tornado probabilities popping out, because all these cells are going off into the east, and as they do, they will steadily go into an unfavorable environment. But if these cells can get ahead of this gust front and stay ahead of this cold front, if they can stay ahead of the gust front and cold front, they can undercut those fronts. We might see that tornado threat spike up a little bit for the Oklahoma City Metro, including Norman. But if they stay behind the gust front and get overtaken by the cold front, they should stay weaker. But out ahead, these storms are starting to go on a slightly weakening trend. But we'll just have to wait and see. Probably stay here for another a couple minutes. Do one last update down in Texas. We still have a severe line, but conditions are very, very unfavorable for tornadoes down here. Still could happen, but I just don't see it happening, really. It's like a new little cell developing there on the gust front, but that's on or just behind the gust front right now. We've been live for we've been live for about, I believe, 3 hours, and we've been live for about 3 hours and I think 30 minutes. I think somewhere around there. No, 2 hours and 40 minutes. Okay, I'm just tripping. No, I'm just tripping. Okay. I could check in here, though. Okay, yeah, 2 hours and 40 minutes. Okay, yeah, I'm just tripping. Here is... It's got a velocity for that gust front, too. Oh, yeah. And up here, there's some rotation up here between Orlando, Marshall, and up to the north. There still is spin in there, but it's just behind the cold front. Like, we won't see a tornado out of that. Chances are we won't see a tornado at all out of that thing. Ow. I'm going to cut the stream here. If you guys enjoyed the live stream,